Hey guys, and welcome back. It is Thursday the 29th of January and I'm on another road trip, and I'm in sunny Shepparton, which is central Victoria. This city has had its fair share of fires around it in the last few weeks. I'm only stopping through, I'm working here at the moment. I just had a snack wrap from McDonald's, so I thought I'd just do a quick introduction and say hello, and off to a different location, something different. I hope you all liked Point Cook Homestead. Yeah, I really enjoyed doing that video, it was really cool. But Shepparton's reputation is for fruits, lots and lots of fruits, and they've got really big cannery plants here, big preserving plants here with Mona and SPC. Shepparton Preserving Company. Used to be a jingle, SPC makes beans and spaghetti for hungry little human beings. So very famous in Australia, SPC. They used to have a factory direct shop here. I think they might still have it, but over the years it kind of turned into a supermarket and it wasn't really that cheap. So Shepparton has a lot of orchards around it. We'll be travelling through some more orchards later on our way to Cobram. But I thought I'll just do a quick little hello from Shepparton. I've still got a little bit more work to do here, and then I'll be hitting the road again. But this is a nice little lake. It's on the left hand side coming in. There is a really good car museum here as well, which I'll do on another vlog. I won't have time today. I was going to do the bakery, but I thought, yeah, I'm trying to be a bit careful with the weight. I slipped back a bit with all my pies recently. I just spotted these pelicans sitting here. Hopefully I don't scare them off. I don't want to scare them off because they're looking quite content there on that branch. There's 3 of them. There's a couple of ibis here as well with the big long beaks. I'm just stepping away from the pelicans. Yesterday I had a brown falcon, as you saw on the video, and an owl. Well, not really a live one. And here I've got a couple of ibis. So there's a lot of bird life around here. It's a good sign of a healthy lake. And further down I can see a heap of ducks. Really, really nice day. So it's a bit of a contrast. Melbourne's got about 29 degrees or 28 degrees today. I just looked off the car and it said 38 degrees here. So above Melbourne you've got the Great Dividing Range, and once you get past the Great Dividing Range, weather changes, it gets incredibly warmer, and that's why above the Great Dividing Range they always have a lot more fire prone. Look at these guys, I love pelicans, they're just such a beautiful bird. They're watching me, I don't want to harm them. Alright, I better go do some work. Lunchtime is nearly over. Apart from Shepparton being a fruit town, it's also a very big dairy community here as well. And in one of the parks here, a lot of cockatoos flying around. They've got a whole bunch of cows here all painted up. Nice little lake in the middle here, a little pond with a fountain going. And it is super duper hot. I just stopped off to get a drink quickly. Straight from the horror, look at that. Got his bones and his skull, his ribs. Wow. And just in case you didn't know, this one here's a cow. Or is it wow? Wow, it's a cow. You hear the cockies in the background? This one here is feeling a bit blue. It's got a lot of colour, really pretty. Hey buddy. This one here's got a little bit of Shepparton on the side of it, a bit about the community. Pretty cool, a couple of cars, people. I got a whole heap of them here, so if ever you hear, this one here is actually carrying his own sword. Look, watch out for this one. He's got his own sword. I see a brown cow here. How now, brown cow? There's a whole bunch of them. This one actually looks like a friendly cow. Got poppies. Hello. It's a nice little park. Very exposed, so there is plenty of trees here you can get under for a bit of shade. Even a swim in the pool would be nice. Love the sound of the water. Very nice. There's bird poo everywhere here, so they obviously get a lot of birds. There's a little bridge here. Very nice. Alright, I've got to get on my merry way. Got a sculpture there. Can't see any fishies. Alright, we'll rock on out of here. Alright guys. Been going through a bit of fire damage the last few kilometres. Not so much on my right hand side, but my left hand side, as far as the eye can see, it's burnt out. I think on a positive side, although I've passed a lot of farmhouses, I haven't seen any farmhouses that have actually been razed. So that's a terrific thing. Fires. Someone lost their house there. That's sad. Oh, look at that. Someone's whole life just up in flames in one hit. That's awful. Geez, the fire came right up to these houses. Look at that. Some orchards there. Got it. Oh, more houses. More houses. Oh, that's so sad. That is so sad. Whole lives gone in one hit. I've been going through this for kilometres now. Kilometres. Another house on my right. Terrible. Well, I've arrived in sunny Yarrawonga, and this is one of my super duper most favourite places in Australia. I love it here. When I was a little boy, my dad was a builder, and we would come here 4 weeks a year at Christmas and camp. And on this Lake Mawala, I would be out there water skiing and kneeboarding, and I had a little 12-foot boat, which I still got the 12-foot boat at home. And I used to go out there with my little 6 horsepower motor and go all over the lake. So now I'm just crossing the border into New South Wales. So I'm pretty excited. I'm staying here the night. It's about 5:30 or 6 o'clock, I think. I'm excited to show you guys this place because it's one of my faves. Well, I thought I'd come over here because this is one of the more interesting places on the other side. So I'm on the Mawala side, which is New South Wales. And this old DC3, I'm pretty sure it's a DC3, is here on display because this club here, this is a really massive club. I remember as a child, I was talking just a moment ago when I was on the bridge, about coming here for 4 weeks a year. Well, my parents, my beautiful parents, they love playing poker machines. They love playing poker machines because Victoria, on the other side of the border, they never had poker machines. So as a little child, my parents would come here during the day, play the poker machines, and I would sit in the boardroom, I guess, being bored. So they didn't really have child minding. You would just sit in the boardroom and watch TV. That was child minding back then. You've got to remember my age. So I've been coming here since I was a little tiny child. And it's always hot up here on the hill, but you got that river down below. So you got this really cool plane sitting here, A65-64. It's been up there a long time now. Now when I mean RSL stands for Return Services League. So they call us Club Moala. And it's a return service, so people who have been to war or at war, have come back from war. This club is in theory to support those people, and so it's a Return Servicemen's League. I thought I'd walk down the front here. There's some cockies over there on the grass. Hello, cocky. But down here in front of the club you can see the lake there. Tomorrow, or later on tonight, I'm meeting up with a friend shortly to have a beer. We're going to meet up one of the pubs there. But I thought I'd just show you the front of this because they've got a couple of old war tanks here. So most of the Return Servicemen League clubs, RSL clubs, this one in Dandenong's got a helicopter. This one here's obviously got its tanks. So it's got 2 tanks. And a couple of guns. They've got 3 guns over there as well. So they all have some kind of remembrance of war in front. I wonder what sort of tank this is. This is a Leopard tank. 1977 to 2007. Is it? And it's real. Not like the ones when you go to Universal Studios in LA and they're made of fiberglass or paper mache. All right, I'll keep rocking along. I'm a little bit excited to show you guys this place because it has been somewhere very close to my heart all my life. I think when I eventually pass away, at some point, I would like to have my ashes spread here because I've had a lot of good times here on this lake. What do we got here? Centurion Mark 3-5. I don't know if there's sun glare or whatever, whether you can actually see what I'm looking at. What years did this one go? Looks a bit older than the other one. So this was 1954 to 1977, so this was the precursor to that one there. As you're coming up the hill, I don't know how we're going sun glare. The plane actually looks like it's landing or turning. Looks pretty cool. How nice is it down here? Look at the pelican there. I don't want to interrupt him. It's really hot. It's another really hot night here. I hazard a guess 38 still. I've just been meeting up with my friend and we had a couple of nice beers at the pub. He just dropped me off back at the motel. Hello, Mr. Percival. Lots of ducks. I grew up swimming in this water. So you would have seen there's someone out there kneeboarding. I don't think it'll pick up on the lake. But you saw that I did the Hume Dam video the other day. This is the Murray River. So I'll go down shortly and have a look at the weir. So this is the weir down from the Hume Weir. There's lots of bird life here, so lots of ducks, lots of greenery. On a really hot day, on a public holiday, at Christmas, this area is like totally chock-a-block with people, and it's a really nice atmosphere down here. I spent my younger life out on that lake. I loved it. I still love it here. So I thought I'll come down here, the Cobram paddle boat. Now I have got a video on my on Dirt Road 4x4 on my main channel of this boat. So I've done a more detailed visual of it. But you can come down here. There's two paddle boats here. There's another one which has been around since I was a kid, owned by the same people. And you can go for rides around the lake on the Cobram. So it is a traditional Murray River paddle boat. Been around a long time. I remember the people, when they saw my video, they thanked me for the video because I gave them a really good advert. So 12 to 1:30, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so on the busy days. There's a lunch tour on Sunday. Come aboard, sit back and relax and enjoy our sights, enhanced by the sounds of paddle wheels splashing and our old whistle tooting. Captain's full commentary of the area and its history. Licensed bar and kiosk on board with 2 floors of enclosed and open areas, including wheelchair accessibility. Lunch and dinner cruise packages available. Children can steer and receive their first mate certificate, as well as kids colouring activity board. A perfect venue for groups, social charters, weddings, birthdays, and a lot more. The Cobram. So there's the gangway there. And there's the paddle wheel. How good's that? The Cobram. There's a barrel up there. Hopefully it's full of wine. That'd be nice. I actually haven't been on this boat, and I probably should. It's a beauty. It really is a beauty. So a lot of people fish in this lake. Over the other side on the Moala side, and even further around on the Yarrawonga side now, they've got $1 million houses on the water. On the New South Wales side, right around the lake there's some very, very big, expensive houses on the water where you can pull up your boat right to your back wharf. It's pretty cool. I'll probably rattle on a bit too much in this vlog, I don't know, because I'm pretty passionate and I'm loving the warmth of the air. I'm loving the water. I can see a boat out there. And lots of bird life here. Right, let's go have a look at the weir. Down here at the Yarrawonga Weir, they've got a pictorial of the history of the building of the weir. So it's good that you can actually have a look and see how it all came together, because you think about that really big lake behind it, which we were just at, and they built this weir. You used to be able to drive over it, and they've got all blockades now. You can't actually drive over the weir anymore, which I thought it's a good thing, because there's only one bridge. The one that I showed you earlier, there's only one bridge, so I thought it'd be a good thing to be actually able to have 2 bridges in a town like this. So this is the Yarrawonga Weir. So it's one weir down from the Hume Weir, and I think the next one is Turrumbary, which is past the Chuka. Probably a similar amount of water going through here as what we saw at the Hume Dam. It's kind of funny. It's got a no fishing sign up here. But as a kid I used to come down here and I'd fish my heart out. And you generally catch carp, and you're not allowed to carp. This one actually, you can't probably pick it up, but there's a carp, a body of a carp, a real big one there. And you're not allowed to put carp back in the water. They're full of bones. They're a rubbish fish. They're a bad fish. And you're not allowed to throw carp in. I reckon I come down here as a kid, 14, 15 years old, and I caught 100 of them. In the first gate, the water was a bit higher, but in the first gate there was literally thousands of them flip-flopping around in the first gate. And then the river goes down. There's a caravan park on my left hand side. There's a little rotunda there. If you watch my video on the rod run on my main channel, I was up here in November and did a couple of videos on the rod run. God, look at the ants. It must be going to rain. So further down the river, once again, Murray River, and further down the river there's lots of camping. Put your boats in, water skiing, jet skiing, whatever you like really. I did bring the drone with me, but I won't pull the drone out. There's a few pelican in there. Well, I'm going to call it quits for today. We've seen a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Tomorrow I've got another little drive over to another very special location, and hopefully you'll like our vid from today. We've covered a bit of ground. We looked at some fire damage. We saw Shepparton, and my favourite place in the whole wide world, Yarrawonga. As Adam the Woo would say, the vlog is over. Thanks guys, see you tomorrow.